Utterly spectacular, the best action film in the year, according to Pat Clinton, CNN. 2003 must have been not a great year for action films. Anyway, Arnold Schwarzenegger is back as a time-traveling T-101 Terminator.
That's right.
Well, he's Model 101, even though he's the T-800.
Oh, yes,
I actually got that.
Yes.
It was very confusing.
Oh, so it's a T-800
Model 101.
Yes.
Like, he says Model 101 in the first movie.
Yeah.
Sorry.
With this smash hit directed
We're
by
already fucking it
Jonathan Mastow with dazzling effects. Bravura, B-R-A-V-U-R-A. Bravois?
Can I see?
Bravois thrills.
Bravo?
Right here.
Bravura.
Thrills.
I don't know what that means.
And a story that boldly spins into the unexpected. This is an event spectacle to see and see again. Now,
Is that like bravado? Like bravura?
I guess.
Brava.
Now, Joe,
Bravo.
as the biggest Terminator 3 fan, because you bought all the toys, every single toy, which you graciously donated to me, and that was probably really hard to part with. And
It was.
And I'm sure seeing them now, you're like, I wish I had all those
I still can't sleep at night
Yeah.
without my Terminatrix figures.
Yes. So, now, why do you love Terminator 3? What was your experience with this film? That you love
So I love Terminator 1 and 2.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy shit, Terminator 3?
Yeah.
All right, let's do this.
No James Cameron.
No. And I didn't know this at the time because it was 2003.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
So what? I was 13, 14?
I think so, yeah.
Something like that. Anyway. I collected McFarlane toys, so I always had all the McFarlane toys. And when T3 was announced and they were doing them, I pre-ordered the set and I got the whole set.
Yeah.
And then the movie came out, and I was like, "Oh, Terminator!" And at that time, it was like, "This is cool because robot shit."
Yes.
But then, if you watch the movie in relation to the other movies, like now, if you go back and watch it, like 1, 2, and 3 in a row, you're like, "What the fuck were they thinking? Like this is such a bad idea." And it was literally just brought back to fucking I don't know what cash in.
I mean, it's just really just an action flick. That's how I have that's how I have to look at it in order to like get through it. Because if I look at it with the context of like all the lore of everything, you can. But if you watch it as just like a dumbed down explosions, look at that truck, this is cool. It's a great movie, honestly.
Well, we talked about this before we got on. Like in a vacuum, in a world where Terminator 1 and 2 don't exist.
Coming this summer.
Terminator 3, the spectacle. There's some cool shit in this.
Oh yeah. The arm of like that another giant truck chasing a smaller truck
crane
scene
thing.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
kind of cool.
It's badass. Well, it's all practical effects, like all.
Well,
of it.
until it flips over and it's CGI.
Yeah, until
CG.
it flips over. But regardless,
I think-
they destroyed
I think-
2 blocks.
I think Christopher Nolan was in the theaters being like, I'm going to do that with a real truck, to be honest.
He just recycles old footage. It's okay.
I think they stretched themselves out too much with this in terms of like the CG, because some of the CG in this is fucking downright awful.
This is the era of rubbery looking CGI body doubles.
Terminator 2.
Yeah. Well,
Terminator 2 comes out almost a decade
but
before
they weren't doing CGI body doubles at that point. The T-1000, but he's like a silver chrome man.
Stan Winston was still on 3, wasn't he?
I'm pretty
but
sure.
for all the practical effects,
All
not
the practical
CGI.
effects,
The
yeah.
practical effects are
Okay.
fine in this.
Yeah.
Which it's crazy that Stan Winston came back to do it if it was a low budget film or an independent film. It's
It was
strange.
an independent film that was gonna get mass distribution.
Oh, yeah.
It just wasn't made by a big studio. It
It's
was
so
distributed
bonkers.
by a big studio.
Yeah.
Now, people complain about the CGI in this, but it's important to note it's on par with CGI that was in all of these films. Like Matrix 2 is out at this point. The Catwoman movie is on the way. That also has rubbery CGI. Daredevil just came out. Rubbery looking CGI doubles.
And it all looks like shit.
Yes, it all looks terrible. But people like single this out. It's like, yeah, but if you like go through the lens where it's like all the movies look like this, it's kind of like, well, it's kind of just doing what all the other shitty films were doing. This isn't its own special brand of shitty CGI wise.
Agreed.
But not all the movies are like, if the movie before it had better effects than the one at like,
well, they were trying
you can't compare
the
it.
movie before it had more restraint with what they were trying to do digitally wise.
Okay,
And
I
there was-
mean, you can also argue Jurassic Park came out
Well, that too. Duh.
Well, I mean, look at the
Like-
like Jurassic Park 3,
on.
the CGI, although there are some really good CG moments in that movie, but there's also a lot of bad CG moments at that point. This is when Hollywood was going a little too into the CGI. They thought they had it all figured out. It's like,
Like
this is gonna
Beowulf
look
or whatever.
real bad.
Yeah, but again, that's such a strong argument. Like fucking Jurassic Park. Like
Stan Winston once again.
it's Stan Winston,
remember,
but it's not ILM, obviously.
But remember, at this point, they're speeding up productions of stuff. Like first Jurassic Park, it took a couple years to get all that shit figured
No, I know.
out.
Yeah.
This one, it's like, it's got to be out next year.
Yeah.
It's got to get out. We got to get it out quick because once Arnold runs for governor, he's not going to be able to promote the movie. So make sure you get the goddamn movie out quick. That was another thing. This movie was heavily popularized because this is the year Arnold won the election when they recalled Governor Gray Davis.
Right.
And he like announced it on Jay Leno while promoting this movie.
I'm going to be the governor. I'm going to see Terminator 3.
Yeah. This wasn't the last, but I think he had a cameo in that Around the World in 80 Days that came out afterwards. But this is like
The
the
Jackie
last.
Chan movie?
Yes, he has a cameo in it. He's like a
Okay,
small part,
sorry.
but this is like the last big starring movie he did until The Last Stand in 2012 when he stopped being governor. So what was your when did you first see this?
Well, I saw them like kind of back to back. when
Okay,
my
so
dad-
the third one is out.
Yeah, but I knew nothing about.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. We're talking about the third one.
third
aren't
one,
we?
third one.
I don't remember how I saw that. It was probably in theaters, and I was just like, "Yeah, explosion!" Yes.
This was the first one I saw in theaters.
This is the first one I saw in theaters. too.
Yeah. I really like this movie.
Do you really? Of course you. This is Tony's
You know what-
brand,
you know what it is?
right?
You know
He's
what
like,
it is?
oh, there's Arnold, and he's doing the talk to the hand thing. It's fucking hilarious. I love it.
the talk to the hand.
Talk to the hand.
Remember, he says I'm back. He says I'm back in this one, guys. Come on, he says I'm back.
I'll be back again.
I love the talk to the hand. I love the star glasses. You know what it is?
You know what you also love too? That
What?
fucking deleted scene of Arnold, like,
Okay.
why don't you come on down to fucking whatever?
I'm so excited to talk about
I'm the
Terminator 3.
model that they,
Yes,
they modeled
so
the Terminator after.
I really like this movie.
Colonel Dipshit.
And I recognize all the flaws with it, but I can't bring myself to hate this movie. I really enjoy it. Now, fans really, really didn't like that Judgment Day just got postponed. They were like, didn't we stop this? And they're like, nah, you just postponed it.
That's the least problem I have.
Honestly,
with
Arnold
this.
should be like,
Well,
hey, idiots, do you think they didn't make like copies on a floppy disk and take it to another site? You didn't think they backed up their work to another site, you fucking morons? You think blowing up one building was gonna get them all? Anyway, that's what he should have said. But I know Miles Dyson was like, yeah, it's all backed up. It's like, Miles, you're shitty. You should have had this is the most important thing in the world. There's been multiple sites.
I think it's his life's work.
Yes.
Well, he also
but yeah.
didn't want anybody to get their hands on it either. Like, this was
Yes.
his project.
But I mean, another Cyberdyne thing should have had it.
It's more or less airtight.
Yes, but instead it's just like, I just postponed it, which is building up to something later in the movie, which I like. But yeah, so like John Connor, after winning the war, he's like still afraid to live his life. So
He's like a drug addict.
Yeah, he's a drug addict.
He's living off
He's
the
like a
grid. He's getting
wanderer.
drunk because he feels like he has no purpose anymore. Even though the whole point was like we stopped Judgment Day so we can like just live our lives. You're not destined for this anymore. You can do no fate but what you make for yourselves. And he's like, I'm gonna be sad alcoholic because I'm not shooting robots.
I'm going to take horse tranquilizers.
And,
and
I
break
believe
into
dog
fucking
neutering pills.
Yes, 'cause
Yeah.
he
He
gets
breaks into a vet office.
Yeah, he gets into a motorcycle accident and he goes to a vet because he's living off the grid. He can't go to a hospital. And she's like, we do this to chemically neuter dogs. But I like the premise.
Does that make him impudent?
Why did he
don't know.
fall over and pass out because he took too many neutering drugs?
His balls fell off. I don't
She
know.
might have just lied to him just to distract him. So yeah, I kind of like in this, John Connor wins the war, this new war. He wins again. And I like that they send something back in time again. But the whole thing is just like, they don't know where he is because he is off the grid. So it's taking out his lieutenants instead. I'm like, okay, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And the TX is the new bad guy. It's a woman, so woke. Sorry, it pops in and out there sometimes.
You never would have known, especially for that cop scene when she literally makes her boobs bigger.
That was a really important scene, Tom, because
That's character development.
Yeah, you know what
Yes.
else is good? That when she licks the blood, And she's like, oh, I know that.
I do like that she has some kind of like like each film they get a little bit more emotions, but I like she licks the blood. She's like, oh shit, the primary target. I found him.
Oh, I did it. I'm a Terminator.
Excited. And everyone was excited to see Kristanna Loken because she was great in Mortal Kombat Conquest, that show we all watched.
Isn't she in Blood Rain?
She will be in Blood Rain after this movie.
Is she the titular Blood Rain?
Yes. Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
She is. I think she did a couple movies with Uwe Boll. Now, the thing with the TX is it is a robot, again, with an endoskeleton with liquid metal on top of it to help her mimic. But also she has plasma weapons inside of her.
Yeah, inside her arm.
Mm-hmm.
So she can shoot like a plasma cannon and whatnot.
Just kind of cool.
It's kind of cool.
It's neat.
Not gonna lie.
The liquid metal is she only utilizes it to just mimic things.
Yeah.
I feel like she could be doing a little bit more with that. And there's a later movie that plays with that idea a little bit better. This also starts the trend of John Connor is Rusty Griswold now, where there's a new John Connor in every movie, and we got Nick Stoll. I think he does a good job.
I don't like that actor.
Really?
Yeah, I don't like him. What?
What did he? He owe you money or something?
No, I don't care for it. I don't like this movie.
Oh.
And I don't like the John Connor he becomes. I think it's stupid.
Oh, do you not just like his acting in this movie?
Yeah.
Oh, for a minute I thought you just didn't like the person.
No. We're talking about this movie.
Fuck Nick Stoll. I hate that actor.
I got a personal fucking yeah, man. He owes me. Yeah, he does owe me fucking $10.
So it'd be like, I don't like his performance.
I don't like Nick Stoll's performance in Terminator 3.
When you go, I don't like that actor. I'm like, oh shit, did Nick Stoll do something? Like,
maybe I did say that. I don't know. Usually, okay, yeah, you got me.
He's fine. What's her face? Claire Danes is in this.
Who's replaced by what's her face?
Bryce Dallas
Howard.
Yeah, so it's pretty generic. It's like good guy goes back in time, bad guy goes back in time, and I guess they all do make Arnolds. They make nothing but Arnolds. I thought the whole point for the infiltration bot was to like blend in. If they're just making the
why is there three of them?
Yeah, why would they make the same looking person?
We're quintuplets. Yeah.
But there's a
reason.
Tom,
I really want to talk about twins. Danny DeVito.
Imagine a Danny DeVito robot.
Yeah, we have a copy of Twins right there. Anyway,
Danny DeVito Terminator.
Tom, there's actually a reason for why they look like Arnold.
Why is that?
Have you seen the Sergeant Candy scene?
Sergeant Candy.
This is a scene that should have been in the movie because it's great. It's probably my favorite Terminator scene of all time. So in the beginning, the U.S. Air Force got everything from Cyberdyne and Skynet. Mm-hmm. They have Skynet now because they acquired it for whatever reason, and they're looking at a demonstration of like their upcoming robotics. Mm-hmm. And the cybernetic organisms they are designing are being modeled over a high-ranking sergeant called Sergeant Candy, and it's Arnold Schwarzenegger. And it's like, oh, that's why it looks like Arnold. And he sounds like this. Hi, I'm Sergeant Candy.
He's dubbed over.
I'm so excited to be the thing for that. Oh, yeah, huh? Woo. That's how he talks.
Hi, I'm Chief Master Sergeant William Candy.
And then someone in the room goes, I'm not sure about the voice. And then it cuts to this stern-looking guy going, we can fix it.
We can fix it.
Meaning that Austrian guy decides to voice the robot that they'll be making in the future. Doesn't quite make sense because all these people die by the time the movie's done.
Yeah.
So did that guy go to go to a sound booth right away?
It's already recorded.
Yes.
And they pre-sold the movie rights. This movie's like...
So they cut out that scene. I think that scene should have been in. That scene's great. So one thing you'll notice about this film, which I appreciate, they decided, let's just go comedic. And I don't like when comedies become dramas, like a certain film that I'm not going to say the name of.
Oh, for goodness sake.
People are still yelling at me for it. But when like serious films decide how much can we milk out, let's just make it funny, I'm all on board with that. This is the Escape from LA of Terminator movies for me, where it's like, we're just going to do the same thing again, but make it fucking stupid.
I mean...
And I love it.
It's a little different. Right?
Joe, talk to the hand.
Oh, fuck you.
By the way, This entire movie, I want you to look at this outfit. If you've never seen it, look at those toys, Joe. Those toys that you bought.
I see them.
He is wearing a male stripper's outfit. He didn't get a biker outfit. He specifically got a male stripper dressed as a biker's outfit. So he's wearing a male stripper.
That's hilarious.
I love when he's scanning the girls in the bar and there's like the heavyset one. He scans her boobs and it's like inappropriate.
Yeah.
like this would be inappropriate for you to wear.
Well, to your point, it's just a parody of Terminator. It's like, okay, this is like some sci-fi original bullshit where it's like, you know, like Anaconda versus
Now, where I will
Crocosaurus.
Lake Placid.
Now, where I will Lake Placid versus Anaconda. That's a movie.
Yeah.
Is
So is
Anaconda
Terminator 3.
fighting the lake? I don't know. So
slapping itself in the lake.
So one of the things that does kind of mess this up, though.
One? Yeah,
Yes.
kind of.
One?
Now, it does have this comedic root and whatnot, but so there's this like underlying plot line of machines everywhere are kind of fucking up. Even machines that aren't on any kind of network, like a scanner. Anyway, don't worry about it. Machines everywhere are kind of buggy. And the U.S. Air Force or whatever, the Department of Defense, they're just like, what are we going to do? We have the Skynet thing. It's like, yeah, but if we turn it on, it'll take over all our stuff. It'll be in control and we'll be at its mercy.
That was the point of Skynet. Yeah.
So at the end, it's like, oh yes, Skynet planted the virus to activate itself. And then you find out, like, in the third act, it's like, oh, by the way, Judgment Day's today. And
Yeah, it's in about 30 minutes.
Yes, and it's like, okay, so Judgment Day is today. And they do the usual stuff. They like go, it turns out, so Catherine is the one, she like in the future marries John.
Mm-hmm.
She's the one who sent this Terminator back.
Yeah.
So he answers to her. So they go to stop her dad from turning it on. Doesn't work. The Terminatrix shows up. There's actually a really cool fight between him and the Terminatrix until it turns into rubber CGI dummies.
See what you said there? Until.
Yeah. I do love the thing Stan Winston came up, the T1s.
The T1s are
where
cool.
they're like tank treads with miniguns.
Yeah,
those things are
it's
fucking
neat.
cool.
Yeah.
So Judgment Day is like happening. It's starting to happen. And then they get to the final base with the helicopter. They kill the T-1000, the TX.
He like
with the nuclear bomb.
has his all spark in his chest that he blows up.
The T-800s have 2 power cells that, when exposed to the air and are damaged, do mini nuclear bombs. And they just drive away from a little mini nuclear bomb.
So do you remember in the second one where they prevented a nuclear holocaust?
I remember that.
You remember
that
that?
was in the second movie.
Okay, so now we're just facilitating it.
Yes.
Right? The Terminatrix comes back to be like, all right, I'm going to power up Skynet, baby, and you fucking start the first bomb. Let's do it.
Wait a minute. If Skynet knew Judgment Day, shouldn't they have sent the Terminatrix back a little bit further so it had more time to kill the generals?
Why why even bother killing the generals?
Because they're going to survive Judgment Day. And
Are they?
They
didn't know that Judgment Day was going to be that day, though.
No, they do.
Do they?
Yeah, the Terminator knows. He says, like, oh, by the way, Judgment Day starts.
Well, the Terminator knows.
Yeah, I'm sure the TX knows also. They have the same information in their head. They know when this Judgment Day happened.
I'm saying if it arrived one day prior, which it does,
Yeah.
it could have just started it up.
I guess, but the point wasn't...
It does it anyway.
It wasn't supposed to start Judgment Day. It was supposed to kill the generals. It's like, give it like a week or two. What are you doing? Like,
But it does start Judgment Day.
she doesn't start Judgment Day. Judgment Day's already starting.
I thought she does it. Like she starts all the robots up.
Okay, so one of her powers is she could put nanobots and control machines.
Yeah.
But no, that guy turning Skynet on is what starts Judgment Day.
Oh, I thought or does it either directly or indirectly by doing that.
She helps it happen.
Yeah, okay. Well.
But no, he's the one who said it. So it was always going to happen on that day at that time. You think Skynet would have sent her back. But anyway, I really like the very ending of this movie. It's really dark, bittersweet ending, but it doesn't work in a movie that's more of a comedy.
No.
But I really it's like the guy lied. It was like, yes, Skynet's system core is in this mountain facility. Mm-hmm. And then it turns out to just be...
It's just a nuclear
it's a
fallout
shelter.
shelter.
Yeah.
I do love the subplot of her turning Arnold evil and him like shorting himself out.
that's
Do you
right.
like that part?
Yeah, I like that.
You like when he has to battle with
Yeah.
human
Because he's going to
emotions?
break his prime directive thing and he has to like reset himself.
It doesn't work. None of it
Yeah,
works.
it's really just like
But I like
a way
the
to
end
kill
where
10
like
minutes.
I didn't think they were just gonna let Judgment Day happen.
It's just
I'm like, oh shit, that's actually a pretty ballsy ending.
This whole movie operates to a laugh track, and then at the end, it's like, well, that's bleak, and it's like, no, fuck you. You don't get to do that.
Now, if he had cracked a joke or something, that might have worked. At the end.
That's the pits or whatever. I can't even think of a good one.
Just- John Connor looks.
I really dropped a bomb on you, didn't I?
John Connor looks at the camera. He's just like, Mondays, am I right?
Breaks the third wall, just has fun with it, you know?
Play
He,
the
like,
fucking
smiles
the
and
sad
freeze frame.
trombone over
He
it.
Smile and freeze framing, and then it just cuts to a woman's face being melted off.
His mother's.
Oh,
she's
his
already
mom's
dead.
Everyone was
Yeah.
upset about his mom dying.
Yeah, his
in
mom was
between
just
films.
dead in the third movie. They're just like, oh yeah, let's just change it up.
I asked if the first two were the worst because I knew that they weren't. But this is. I'm not going to ask you if this is the worst yet. But this isn't a winner for you, Joe. No. How about you, Tom? Where do you stand on this?
I think it's a good popcorn flick, but if you turn your brain on, you won't like it.
I can't turn it off is the problem.
Ah, yeah.
You know?
I think you both need to talk to the hand because I like this one. Now let's move on.
That's not my fault.